Better yet, give me a second. Dean. 1 second. I want to take like a photo.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, just take a photo for me. Behind the scenes photo for you. Just right here. Oh, awesome. Thank you. All right, man. But thank you.
If you don't shout me out, I'm never doing a reaction to you again.
I'm leaving that part in the video. The legend, Tsuyo. How did you come up with that name?
I believe it is the Japanese word for strength. Tsuyo,
Okay.
strength.
Okay. He got that power, okay.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of strength and just that sort of energy, for those that do watch my channel, I don't react to too much rock or punk or metal or any of those multiple subgenres that they all fall into.
Yeah.
Right? And I had the pleasure of asking Suyo about his recommendations, and he actually took the time to really write me down everything, link me all the songs I should listen to or react to so I could get into it. So the first thing I want to do is just say thank you for that, because
No problem.
that was just sick of you, right?
Hey, man, it's all good.
I
Anytime.
appreciate you taking the time to do that.
Of course.
But in terms of your own music, do you put yourself in any specific genre? Because I've heard some different styles that you've tried.
I actually don't. I tend to just create what is on my mind right then and there. Like say like on my like hear a song, like R&B, maybe pop, rock, metal, anything. And if I really like it, I'm like, oh, I kind of want to make something like that. So I do my research, I study the genre, I practice, and I see if I can do it, and then I put that into a song. And then, yeah, I've switched genres like 5, 6 times this year. So
But that's like one of the things that I applaud the most is when people are okay with jumping out of their comfort zone and just trying, because maybe you won't stick to a particular genre that you messed with and you maybe experimented 1 or 2 songs with, but maybe a technique you learned there you could use for something else in the future.
Yeah.
And I think just trying new things lets you learn those things quicker so you can level up quicker. So I really respect people like you who will take that time and take that risk too, right? Because you don't know how something is going to do if it's a new genre.
Yeah.
Do you ever struggle with that?
yeah, it's like sometimes because I'm very, or at least back then, I had this issue with perfectionism and how that kind of came into my music because I'm very particular with like features, mixing, mastering, the whole process. I'm very particular on like how everything goes.
Yeah.
So I always have to be mindful of like, can I do this? What are all the factors going into it? Because that either makes or breaks the entire song. So it's really important that I do the research because I don't want to be disingenuous to the genre or the people that popularized it.
Yeah. That's very nice. Respectful, thoughtful, calculated. That's what I'm getting right here.
Yes, sir. It's all me.
I guess when you make a track around whatever, right? Has Been Hotel, those are the ones that I put on my channel. If you want to check that out, and his original songs first, go check those out. They're all linked in my description every time I react to his music. But me going through that, I could tell that you knew a pretty fair amount of the source content. That way you could pull from it. So that level of how much time does it take? Because maybe one day you'll do like a Has Been Hotel song, and then a week or two later it's another anime and another one. How do you keep up with all of that, right?
So I try to do my absolute best keeping up with trends sometimes because I know the algorithm is very important, especially in our community. So we have to be mindful of what songs we make because depending on what it is, it could either do really well or do really poor. So for me, I do look at that, but I also think of the things that I would personally want to do for myself and my content because there's things like there's manga and anime and cartoons and shows that I would love to make tracks on, but obviously if I want to grow, then there's a lot of pandering to the algorithm almost, and it's something I accepted, but I also try to make a balance of stuff I want to do and then stuff for the algorithm. But yeah, it takes quite a bit of time. I'm very well versed in anime and manga and stuff, so a lot of things that I make songs on are things I've already seen. I'm a very, very avid manga reader. So any manga I make a track about, I've probably already seen it. So I tend to just, if I've seen it, I double check. I'll do a bit more looking into it to see if maybe I missed something or if I need to fact check anything. So it's like very meticulous, but it's for a good reason.
Do you ever feel like maybe, at least myself, when I research something, right, whether it's a technique or whatever it is, even like a genre of comedy that I'm like, oh, I think I could incorporate that into my own content. Sometimes I feel like I just go down a rabbit hole though, right? I'm just looking at that source content and I'm trying to get inspiration and research it. And then like my whole day is gone. I'm like, I didn't do a single thing.
Do a
That was
single
supposed to be
thing.
like a 20-minute task. It took me the whole day because I got sunk into it. Do you feel that way? And if you do, how do you balance knowing when to just, okay, let me just get to my music now?
So for me, a big thing that I've personally instilled in myself, especially as of recent, is to try not to clutter my mind with too much at one time. Because if you spread yourself too thin, that can create issues in not only yourself, but your content that you personally make. Because you're going through a lot of ideas, and they're really good ideas. But if you just take too much in, you don't have enough time to look around and smell the roses. You don't have enough time to feel the content that you're making or fall in love with what you're doing. And I find that to be the most important thing as a creator. If you don't love it, you shouldn't be creating. You have to love what you do because
Exactly.
it's not easy being a content creator, especially not nowadays. There's millions, billions of people online as we speak, scrolling Instagram, scrolling Twitter, and you have to be mindful of your mental. Your mental
Yeah.
health is very important. That goes all the way into content creation because mentally, the state that you're in affects the content you make at the end of the day. I
That's
genuinely
true.
believe in that.
That's true. That's why even for myself, this is why I connected what you're saying right now. When I make content, it can get overwhelming sometimes, right? Because I got my job, and then after that, I do reactions. And if I ever feel like it's like a great song, but I'm not reacting to it the way that I usually would, I know like something's off. Like spread too thin right now, my energy's not there, and I make it a point to just forget it. Forget about your schedule. Just take a break.
Take a break. Yeah.
Enjoy yourself because if I don't enjoy myself, it can be seen through the camera. And I think for you too, if you don't enjoy yourself, it can be seen through the music
The music and
that
you'll
you
feel
make.
that. And it's really important. Not only that, but I tell a lot of people this, especially those who are blowing up in the musical space, reaction space, or any type of content creation space. Really take the time to enjoy what's coming currently because say you're at the highest possible point that you can be and you realize, oh, I didn't really enjoy any of that. I was grinding so much and I was working so much that the fruits of my labor, I didn't get to enjoy them. So
That's great, man.
that's something I really make sure to tell everyone, including myself, every day that, hey, man, it's cool to grind. It's cool to be on that. It's cool to be locked in. But you have to be mindful mentally that if you feel like you're going to burn out or you feel like you can't bring yourself to record that day or react that day, don't force a reaction out of yourself or don't force the content out because your viewers, they react to it themselves. And they're like, oh, I think his vibe is off today.
Yeah.
And they might be coming to you for comfort in your content because they might have had a bad day at school or at work or, just in general. So we have to be mindful of that because the people who view us, either from they listen to us or they watch, they might be doing it for an escape.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important.
No, that was like a very like mature experienced response, right? That you just gave me there because you're not just thinking it from your perspective, but also you're zooming out to the full picture, seeing like how the audience is taking it and seeing the overall effect it would have on you in the long term as well, right? When you look back in the past and you're like, oh, that was the fun part, actually. I should have been enjoying that.
Yeah,
But I
enjoying
was
this.
too busy just chasing, chasing, chasing. That's actually some advice that I could take from you right there. Because sometimes I push myself too much, and so thank you for that. No,
Of course, and I
that
feel
just made
like,
me see things in a new
yeah,
perspective.
you
That's
have
cool.
to really make sure that if you see a fan today or something at MPC, give them the biggest hug you can.
Yes, yeah, I'm about
Show
to do that now.
love because these people, like,
Put some deodorant on. I'm just saying.
hygiene
I'm just saying.
before you go to a concert, hygiene.
Yeah.
But more importantly, just show love.
Yeah.
It's really important now. Show love because there's not enough of it in the world right now.
And that's something that I think has stood out with our interview today is I feel like you genuinely care what other people might be feeling too instead of just yourself. And I think that shows through your music as well, that you're thinking of what you like to create, but also something that would help a potential listener.
Yeah, of course.
Last question for you, because we didn't get to go into your music too much. I only have 10 minutes, so it
Yeah,
is
all
what it
good.
is. What's the favorite song that you've made for yourself?
Oh, that's such a hard question because there's so many. Wow. So currently released, right?
I mean, if you want to tease something that you didn't release.
So if we're talking just me releasing, God, there's so many songs. I think my favorite currently is my Pomni song.
Okay,
I
okay.
think that song had a lot of like an 80s feel to it, a lot of vocal inspiration from Michael Jackson. I did a lot of studying for that song to make it really pop. And I also kind of unlocked new skills in terms of my vocals there. So that'd probably be my favorite.
I like that.
currently.
How do you like, I guess, warm up for your vocals?
I use some herb oil starting off, and I also have tea and whatnot before I record, just so my voice isn't tensed when I make any songs or singing, especially because sometimes, say if it's like the rock stuff, I have to really prepare my voice for that. So I might do some siren drills, some other things here and there, but
Okay.
it's nothing too crazy or drastic, just like simple warm ups that could help my voice just loosen so that way I can have the full experience um, of recording and not have any issues.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for accepting this interview. I was excited to talk to you.
Yeah, I was too.
And the other thing is, this guy seems very mature and very well acclimated to just living life in general, not just
thank you.
music. It seems like you're very wise, and if people want to tap in, I bet now that I know that side of you and I listen to your music, I'll catch some more things that just make more sense in terms of your messaging in your music now. So if you guys want to check out his music as well, please do subscribe. He took a lot of time out of his day for this interview. If it takes just a few minutes for you to check out his songs and give it a shot, please do that and support him. Is there anything else you want to shout out?
Shout out the Young Bucks, Dean, Rogue, Eclipse, Hypernova, Zero, the whole gang.
Let's go.
Shinky especially, he couldn't be here today
Yes.
at MPC.
Shout out
But love you,
Shinky.
man. Shout out, family, friends, my wife, everybody. Yeah.
Let's go. All
And
right.
I love y'all. Hope y'all doing well out there and just stay safe. And if you're ever stressed out or you're feeling like life is just hitting you in all different places, just remember to take everything in and remember there's so much more that you have to do and there's a whole life that you have to live and not everything stays just bad. So yeah.
No, I need the full on embrace for that one. That was sick. All right, so I'm just gonna cut that there.
Awesome,
Wow,
man.
wow, man. No, you did your thing right there.